Being 10:05, we'll start this meeting with the salute to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Roll call, Lois Burlett.
Here.
Pauline Broda. Elizabeth Collins is absent. Zach Rio.
Here.
Okay, Lucia is here and myself. Okay. Approval of the minutes of September 21st, 2022.
So moved.
Okay, motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion has made and seconded. Any questions? Comments, additions, deletions?
I think some of the issues you'll bring up later, right? The
Hearing
apartments and everything,
none.
right?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And I will abstain. I was not at that meeting, so I'll abstain from that. Approval of financial reports, the check warrant for September.
Motion to approve.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any questions, comments, additions, deletions? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. MMDT statement for September.
Want me to do it again?
You can, as long as we have a
I'm waiting
motion.
for Dick.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Zach's motion, this one. Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion has been made and seconded that we accept the MMDT statement for the month of September, which shows a month-to-date increase of $60.08, bringing us to a total of $27,776.95. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Seems a little bit higher this month, huh? $60?
A little bit.
Yeah, a
A
little bit.
longer month.
Fed's raised interest rates, so
yeah.
it's going up.
Accountant's
Yeah.
report.
That's not
We did
available.
not get the accountant report. Okay. Okay.
And just so the board is aware, that's a quarterly report, so hopefully it comes in
Oh,
for the next meeting so we can get it.
Get it done, yeah, because that would be September 30th. Okay. Correspondence. You gave us the information from the retirement board. Is that just informational?
That's just informational.
Okay. I wanted to ask, though, on the covered employees and so forth, we have, is it one or two that we still have retirees under our
I believe it's just one.
one? And one dependent?
Correct.
Okay. So that's what we're responsible for. Okay. All right. Director's report. Did everyone have an opportunity to read it through?
no, not yet.
Not yet.
I couldn't. No, my computer
We'll
didn't
give you
work
a
this
few minutes
morning.
because
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
to look it through.
Oh.
While it's being read and so forth, do you have any additional comments on any of the things here? or-
Just that I did attend Chris's funeral on
Saturday? Okay.
And thank God she guided me to the church because I would have never gotten there if it was
Oh.
me.
Okay.
And I can let the body know that it was very well attended, plus very well done by the priest of the parish. So she had a nice tribute. There was a coalition after, but I did not go to that.
She was too young. Yeah, too young, that's for sure. Just for our tenants and so forth who might not know who we're speaking, Chris Landry, who was our accountant, used to come to the meetings and so forth, passed away 2 weeks ago. 52? 56?
I think, yeah.
She was in her 50s. She'd been in the hospital for quite a while, awaiting a liver transplant, and
She was
never got
she
to
was
that.
wicked sick.
Very sick, very sick.
She ended up with a platelet problem, and her body just shut down. And the last time I spoke to her, which was about 2 weeks before she passed, she was very tired, and
Yeah, yeah, they,
I think at that point she had, she kind of
Resigned
given
herself
up a
to
little
the-
bit, that she was not, she was very Christian, so I know she's in a good place.
You would never
Okay.
know it.
no, she seemed very vibrant, yep. Okay, any questions, Lois, or Zach, Pauline? Nothing? Okay. So, we'll-
Well, you had said that there were a couple of vacancies. I didn't know if you wanted to address that, Lucia.
And there is one in building 4, and I'm waiting to do cabinets in that because the cabinets were pretty.
Oh, yeah.
And M&C did come, they measured, they were going to give me prices. I've called a couple of times, I haven't heard back yet from him. The other one is in building 1. I did make an offer, and that offer was rejected, so I need to make another offer on that.
Do you have a few people that might be?
Oh, God, we've got 1,100 people. on
11.
it.
1,100, yeah. It's just a matter of finding the right one. that wants to come.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
DHCD does not like us finding the right one. They want us to take the person at the top, but I can't do that. I don't think that gives us a safe environment.
Well,
Yeah. We'll take our chances on going with our gut feeling rather than
And no
theirs.
matter how hard we try,
Yep.
we're
Yep.
not going to get the perfect person. That's
No.
just the way it is.
Okay.
did we get any more information about putting the cameras yet, Lucia? Or is it on
He's coming
hold?
tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, okay. Yeah,
Friday.
Tomorrow and Friday, I thought.
I thought I read not tomorrow, that he's coming Friday because he can't come tomorrow morning.
Okay, so
Oh.
then that was another
I think that's
email, that was another email after the one I received because
Okay.
um, I had responded back to him and just told him that David's not here after 2, so.
Have you pinpointed all the places that you want, and how many all total is there?
I don't know.
I
I'd
forgot
have
to.
look at- I'd have to look
Oh,
at
it's
the map.
10. Yeah, do you remember?
Zach might remember.
Pardon me? What about the cameras though?
We
How
didn't know
many?
how many.
Do you remember how many?
I thought it was 10. No, I could be wrong.
It's either 10 or 12.
Yeah, I didn't bring the paperwork this time, I think. But, okay, so if he comes on Friday, does he start on Friday or just, oh, he does start on Friday. Oh, good, okay. I didn't know if he was just coming to,
No, he's already done that. He's
Spec it
already
out,
spec'd
yeah.
all that stuff
Yeah.
out. That was
Yeah.
on the map that
Yeah.
we received with the information, so it's just gonna be a matter of him
okay.
changing them out.
And did you agree with that, Lucia, what he did put together?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we had talked about additional cameras and additional places.
Okay.
Because we weren't getting enough information out of what we had.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for the particular reason we had initially gone with them, but because there were other issues that have arisen.
Yeah,
So, while we're still on the director's report, one thing that has come to my attention is we have a resident who has 2 vehicles. So obviously taking up 2 spaces, there is nothing that says they can't have 2 vehicles. It's always been understood that one person can only drive 1 vehicle at a time. So that has to be handled very gingerly. because of the situation. And that's all I'm going to say because it's on tape, but I think that has to be, so I'm going to ask the board for some input individually on how to go about handling that, because I don't want it to come back and kick us.
Is it my understanding that there's normally a spot for each tenant?
Correct.
Okay. They're not designated spots, though, are they? I mean, are they given a
They're-
spot, or are they,
They're given a spot.
Okay, and that's the spot they're supposed to be using all the time?
Correct.
Okay. How many tenants do we have that do not have a vehicle? Do we have,
I wouldn't know that offhand.
You don't know
I'd have to
offhand?
check that.
but we do have some tenants that don't drive or don't have
Correct.
vehicles. So there are additional tenant spots available, so to speak.
Depending on where the apartment is,
Okay,
some people do not have spots right in front.
near their apartment, okay, I understand that.
So there aren't necessarily apartment designated spots.
Okay,
It's when a tenant comes with a car, they're given.
a spot at
a
that time.
designated spot.
Okay, but what I'm trying to get at, I wasn't trying to get at the area necessarily, but I'm just saying, we have in excess of the number of tenants that we have spots over and above that,
Correct.
as well as visitor spots. Without
Right.
counting visitor spots, we still have additional spots someplace.
Current.
Okay, not
We
very
have
many.
The second,
Okay.
the second vehicle has not been reported to the office, so it does not
Okay.
have, it is
Okay.
technically an illegal vehicle.
Okay, I wasn't even working on that vehicle, I was just trying to get an understanding of the parking situation.
So
So I wasn't putting thought into that, yep,
if a person comes in and they
Yep.
have a car,
yep,
Christie
You
will
assign them a spot.
A spot.
okay.
Have the residents complained?
Yes,
Oh, because I was going to say, if, that would be interesting how their perspective is of this, If is it temporary, do you think?
I have no clue because there
Oh.
was no conversation made with the office.
Oh,
The vehicle just came in and it was reported to me by a tenant.
Well, I personally think there should be some notification sent that it has been brought to our attention
yeah.
that there is more than one vehicle being utilized by this apartment who only houses an individual person. And
Is it the Massachusetts number plates? Okay.
Is this person taking somebody else's spot, or is it a vacant spot?
that's why I was
It's a
asking if we have,
visitor spot.
it's a visitor spot that's
So-
parked in, but,
Technically, if you look at the parking lot, there are no extra spots. If somebody has visitors or, there are no spots. So if the police department wanted to come or somebody wanted to use this hall, there are no parking spots. So I think that's part of the issue. And then as the snow comes, because we're approaching that, to have two vehicles,
Move vehicles.
he or she is taking up a spot that we could use to move vehicles if necessary, depending on the amount of snow that we get.
Okay.
There's also the piece of it being an asset, if it's owned, if a tenant owns two vehicles.
Oh,
It's another asset.
yeah. As far as qualifying for the place?
Nope,
No.
as far as their rent.
they're in,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
the value.
yeah, that would be
Yeah,
qualified.
I would think so.
Because they'd be over.
yeah, I would think so.
Oh. Is this a new resident, Lucia, that came?
Oh, God,
No,
Oh, so this is just a new issue.
correct,
It
Another-
isn't just
another
a
issue.
resident that just moved in.
correct.
Okay.
But
Well, somehow we
This
got to
is
get
one-
notification.
Right, but
Yeah.
this is one,
Yep.
and I just wanted the board's input
Yep.
because this is one that has to be handled gingerly so it does not come back and at us.
Yeah, and the longer we let it go, then it becomes,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, it's
I think
grandfathered.
once, Lucia, at the place I worked at, there was like a time that somebody was visiting and they wanted to park on that, in the lot, you know, and there was a certain amount of time that was written into it, but not that the person owned it. It was a relative who came to visit, stayed with them, and then, but they had to
Usually-
leave. right?
Usually residents are really good about notifying us that there would be
A visitor,
a car
a car.
parked that
Yeah.
doesn't belong to the
To
resident.
them, yeah.
And it's, you know, a visitor or whatever, and
Uh-huh.
they may be coming in from another state. and
Right,
staying.
right.
Usually, most residents will give us notification of that. The police department is very well aware of the stickers on the cars. And that's why you have a resident sticker on the car, because
We
it
have
allows
several
you
that
to be
don't have
here.
stickers.
They,
People get new cars and they don't bother.
if you know of that, then you need to let us know so we can call them and they can come in and register their car. At one time, when Paul Holden was here, he did get a copy of every registered vehicle that is supposed to be parked here, so the license plates were given, et cetera, et cetera. So if people are, if you know of somebody who has
Transfer
a
costs.
car that does not have a sticker on it, please let us know, we will contact them. This is just a different situation for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know the number plates of everybody's cars?
We have,
Lucy?
everybody who's registered.
Yeah, who's
we have a
registered,
number
yeah.
plate.
Because I've attended a few places lately, and you park in the lot, you have to put what year your car is and what your make is. I don't know why, but, you know, when you walk into the building, they ask you what kind of car you drive. And
Well, so they don't have you towed away. You're there legitimately.
well, maybe
That's-
that,
that's
yeah,
the
so
idea.
that's
You're either
probably
legitimate
why.
or you're
Yeah,
illegitimate.
Yeah, and that, they just
And-
started
And
that
that's,
from,
and
yeah.
that's why we're saying that
Yeah.
every resident should be registered here to be legitimately
Yeah,
listed.
because it's expensive if you're towed away.
Yeah,
Well, and
yeah.
If I could just say, I know if in Somerset, so we give a sticker, a parking permit sticker for every vehicle that belongs at the housing authority, so like Lucia said,
Yeah.
if the police come in at some
Sure.
random time,
They know,
they
They
know
know.
that every car there with this decal
right,
belongs.
belongs.
If there's no decal, but a resident has called and asked permission, we put a card, we give them a card.
Temporary
that's
card.
a Permit,
Mhm.
and we put it on the dashboard.
Mhm.
However, there was a time that we had a resident that called that there was a car parked in a spot that had been there for a little bit. The windows were down, we called the police, and it was a stolen vehicle that they just used to
Dumped.
get from point A to point
Dumped.
B.
Mhm.
Put it in between two other cars,
Yep,
and it just stayed there for like 2 days and nobody knew where it came from.
Wow,
So,
yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
we're not
yeah,
just trying to keep
circumstances.
everything orderly. So
Yeah,
who's
that's
here and why they're here, and if they're gonna be here.
Well, if
overnight,
it's not
or extended-
registered by us, why don't we report it to have the police check on it?
Right, but we don't always get that information.
But in this case,
Right.
we have a case before us to work on. We have a vehicle there that is not registered within this building.
Right.
Let's call the police, have them check on it.
And then according
Then
to
we
the
go
police,
follow
if it's
the,
an overnight guest, they're supposed to call in and
Call in,
report it
yeah.
anyway. So even if somebody says, well, it's, you know, my son who's just staying here,
Mm-hmm.
if you read your lease, you're supposed to report that. So
right.
Yep,
it kind of covers all areas, because if you live here, I would assume you'd want to know
Yep.
whose car that is that you don't know. Why is it parked?
right, why is
outside?
it parked there?
Yeah.
Well, that would be my suggestion.
I wrote them down.
Good.
I wrote them down.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so you moved the director's report out of your way, so I guess we're beyond that now. Okay. Okay. Next is a new business in the police department. We need a motion to file the director's report. Okay, motion please to file the director's report.
I'll make a motion.
Zach?
Second.
Seconded by Lois. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Okay. Police Department, we don't have any representative here today, and Laurie's been behaving herself, so I haven't had to push the button. Okay, so we'll move on. Old business? Any old business that has to be brought up?
Not written there, but
Okay.
the amount of the washers has been changed to $1.50. That
Oh.
was, so that was changed.
That was
mid-month.
changed, okay.
Did we get
And
new
everyone-
ones?
Oh, no.
Wasn't we supposed to do something with the washing machines?
We're checking, I think, to see if it's cheaper for us to
Yeah.
have a company or for me to carry the quarters every month to the
Yeah,
bank.
I remember that to make it easy for you.
At this point,
No.
I think we're better off just with what we have and hopefully don't pay CSC $1
Oh.
million to come. That, it was
Oh.
an $80 charge just to change the price, so.
Wow.
So wash
Okay.
a lot so we can
And
recoup that.
all the tenants have been notified and so forth, so
Just
that's,
washers or dryers too?
Just washers. Dryers here are 25 cents for 15 minutes, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
okay. I wanted to ask on the Ralco situation. Is there anything further on that?
I spoke with the plumber
Yep.
Monday night,
Yep.
and he's ordering the parts, so that will be taken care of. So that generator should be fully operational.
Okay, when the pots arrive, but,
It is operational now.
okay, yep,
It's just that their suggestion was to change out those particular pots for, just so that it was all intact and
Updated.
new and
updated.
Correct.
Okay,
Does it trigger once a week?
It does.
Yeah. At a certain time all the time, yeah.
Wednesdays.
Usually during our meetings.
Yeah, that's mine too.
okay. Anything other old business that anyone had to bring up? No? Commissioner comments? Zach?
I'm good.
Pauline? Lois? Okay, next meeting, November 16th, 10 a.m. here in the community room.
How about the,
Yep, I'm
Wanna be awake?
going to, huh?
What'd you say?
I said, how about the
The audience,
She didn't
our tenants.
Oh,
No, I've got that, I'm just announcing the next meeting.
Yeah,
Okay, any
okay.
tenant comments?
I just have one.
Okay,
Go ahead.
go ahead, Laurie.
No, I was just gonna say the situation with cars, if you let one person have 2 vehicles, then others might wanna have
Definitely,
one. And then
definitely.
also,
Yeah.
a case like, you might have a tenant who's here who doesn't have a car, and then they leave and you have a new one move in who has a car.
Correct.
So that makes less space too.
Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
Thank you. Yep, I agree. Cheryl?
Yeah, my sticker, my permit is different than, some people have it, it does say Westport Housing Authority. My sticker for my car does not. Is there
It's a
reason
newer
why?
one.
What is it?
It's a newer permit.
Okay, so it doesn't matter that this, because how is police officer gonna know that if it doesn't
Because
say?
it says Westport Housing Authority.
No.
Hers doesn't,
Oh, yours does not.
no.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just the numbers.
Well, we did decide, because in Somerset, when we ordered, way back when, we ordered stickers without saying it. Because I felt that it's more a housing thing, so we know that it's registered here, but not necessarily that everybody you know needs to know where you live. Because that's your
Right.
personal.
If you're out shopping or something and someone looks at your car, oh, this woman's from the, you know, so it doesn't say
The
it.
newer ones have.
You're on-
What they're looking for.
Yep, they're aware of it.
That's a good
The
idea.
newer
But
ones don't have.
This way here, they're not
Westport
stalking or knowing where to follow. Okay, no,
And the other thing I wanted to say is, and you're gonna say no anyway, but I'm still gonna keep bringing it up. Since we no longer, which I hardly ever went to the bus depot, I don't know if you brought that up in the meeting,
no,
that we can no
But, yeah.
longer go there to smoke, so on and so forth.
no, it's,
That we put some open little square 2x4 down near the woods at the end here of our building on Route 6.
it's
right
on the
near
grounds.
woods. Just sometime, it doesn't have to be enclosed, like a three-way, or whatever you call it, like no door, just an open little shelter to get out of the elements of the winter.
Sort of conflicts with our policy of no smoking on grounds.
I know.
And now we're going to build a facility to smoke on the grounds.
No,
So,
but there's
I-
smoking in the house, which you can't prove, but I know. I'm aware of people that are smoking in the house, and I know this because they actually say something. Long story short, I've never done it, I've been here for 4 years, and Greg, my neighbor, once they stopped it, he had to stop it. So we, basically me, him, and another couple of people are the only people that walk out, or
Yeah.
whatever,
yeah,
to the shelter. And I understand, like I said, I'm not happy that everybody tries to squeeze into a shelter and smokes and it stinks. It does. But if you have a three-way open, some type of a roof, and a couple of sides to get away from the wind and the snow and the rain, it's just a suggestion. I know you're gonna say no, but I brought it up.
I've seen
Thank
people
you.
go in their cars, sit here in the parking lot and smoke in their cars,
In here,
which is still not
which is
allowed.
still not allowed, you're right. So they're smoking in their cars in the parking lot. Not Greg, he's faithful, he'll get in his car and he'll take off to Cumberland and sit there and have his coffee and cigarettes. And I go under the tree, even though it's windy as heck, it's like the windiest spot. I've got my umbrella, it goes upside down and everything when it's raining. But a little type of shelter.
Yeah.
But again, we can't put it on the property because that defeats our purpose.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yep.
But it
The
also
hospital
helps
put the
people to
gazebo
not
up,
want to
remember?
smoke in their house. and
Well,
be out
people
there.
should not
So
be
that it was
smoking, that's
open.
the whole issue, it's not
But it
good
was
for you.
picturesque.
But that's the whole point.
Remember,
They
that's-
step
no.
back. So it's just a suggestion. I know you didn't deny it, but.
thank you. We've taken it into consideration.
What do
Diane,
people do with their cigarette butts?
Throw it on the ground.
Put it-
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, not me and Greg, we poke it out, we put it in a little baggie and throw it in the garbage. That's us.
Yeah.
Other people throw it in the ground.
Oh,
Come near my building, there's those cigarette butts all over the ground.
That's what I'm saying, people are smoking all over the place. Only me and Greg go all the way out there in the wind, it's just.
Okay. Diana?
Takes off in his
Oops.
car, wastes his gas.
No, I was just gonna say, it would be nice if we had a gazebo out there somewhere, but that's against the rules anyway.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, nothing else? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
Motion has been made. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. 10:36.